Hi there, my name is Shawn, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of eHelply. Today, I wanted to talk to you about software. For many more business-minded software startup founders, code can be a very scary topic to talk about. After all, if you don't have much coding experience, if any at all, how can you make successful hiring decisions? How can you determine whether your technical employees are writing good code or bad code? And what even is good code? Yes, in fact, hiring the wrong people can not only cost you a lot of time and extra money, but it can even derail your entire company before it has a chance to get off the ground. The software development industry is complex. How can somebody with little or no experience in it be an effective startup founder for a software company? Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. Software and development in general depends greatly on experience. While hiring unproven or maybe inexperienced developers can greatly lighten the load on the wallet, it is often not a great long-term financial strategy. I want to present to you a pretty common scenario for a moment. Picture this. I am a 35-year-old budding entrepreneur with a fantastic idea for an app that I believe has a ton of potential. Well, let's say I had a family to support, and so I was a little bit on the fence about really fully committing to this idea. So instead, I decide to hire a recent computer science graduate and a student to build my idea. This will likely cost me around $7,000 in labor expenses each month, but that's not so bad. Right? Well, let's say that the new grad's level of experience comes with a few learning curves as expected, and it takes them 3 months longer to build my app compared to a developer with maybe 3 years of experience. Well, that's an extra $21,000 that I spent on that new grad and student. But let's say that was still well worth it. They finished my app and now I can release it to the general public. I gained some immediate traction because of the potential of the idea, but something is going terribly wrong. With actual users, my app has slowed to a crawl and it is not working properly. Now I'm losing revenue, potential customers, and I have to continue to pay my new grad and student to fix the problems in the app instead of developing the new features that my users are demanding. Let's say it takes the new grad another few months to work out the wrinkles. That's another $14,000 that I spent fixing the app when it could have been spent on new feature development, and that's ignoring the opportunity cost of the customers I lost while the app wasn't working. But let's say I survive that financial impact. My app is a huge success, and I finally have the money to hire an experienced developer with 5 years under their belt working in the industry. This person costs me roughly $8,000 per month in labor expenses. However, upon starting at my company, the experienced developer looks through the code and informs me that the code base is a mess. There are suboptimal solutions everywhere, a clutter of inefficient and confusing code, significant security and privacy flaws, and worst of all, he tells me that one of the new modern frameworks that was used by the new graduate was a little bit too new, a little bit too modern, and has already been abandoned by the original authors. Now, between the new grad, the student, and my experienced developer, I'm spending $15,000 per month on labor, and now they have to go rewrite almost the entire code base to fix all of these problems before they can even think about developing new features or fixing existing problems for my customers. And let's say it takes them an additional 8 months to do this. That is $120,000 that was wasted. And combine that with the $14,000 from earlier and the $21,000 from before that, and that's an extra $155,000 that I have spent fixing my app compared to if I had just hired the experienced developer from the start. Now, this scenario didn't even discuss outsourcing labor, but that's because outsourcing causes significantly worse problems. I personally know a number of startups that were set back not just thousands and thousands of dollars, but also years of time, and this derailed their growth and revenue. It's just not worth it to even consider outsourcing development. Now, if somehow you're in a position where you can afford this financial hit of, $150,000, then you're one of the lucky founders. But either way, no one really wants to waste money. Therefore, it is critical to avoid looking for the cheapest developers, and instead you should consider working with experienced developers or an established company. Better yet, utilize a product that cuts out a lot of the heavy lifting boilerplate and significantly reduces the number of development hours required to get a robust app to market. At eHelply, we are focused on providing you with affordable and experienced development teams that work closely with you throughout the entire process to get your idea to market quickly. Our core product, the eHelply Super Stack, is a feature as a service offering where you only pay for what you use. Quickly integrate any of our vast catalog of robust features directly into your app with minimal overhead. Altogether, this saves you time and money in the long run, and it also helps you get your product to market faster. And together, this allows you to start building your revenue streams as soon as possible. Please learn more at eHelply.com.